What's up, Star Wars fans? Today, I want to preview Episode 12 of The Bad Batch. That's right, we're already on Episode 12 of Season 2 of The Bad Batch, and this episode will be dropping Wednesday, March 8th, and it is titled Outpost. Now that all out of the way, let's talk about what we think is going to be happening in this episode. Certainly when it comes to the last 3 episodes, they've been very interconnected, flowing from one to the other, and it certainly seems like a very crucial moment is coming up for The Bad Batch. That moment being that they're going to be leaving Sid and no longer working for her. We saw not only the Zillow Beast changing, but we also saw Clone Force 99 changing their mind about their role in the galaxy. They feel like they can no longer trust Sid, as she wasn't willing to help them when they were in a tough spot in Episode 10, and we even see them contact Rex and Echo with some information on the Zillow Beast cloning program. That all said, I think there's a real chance that we don't actually see the Bad Batch in Episode 12, The Outpost. I believe in this episode, it's going to be our Crosshair-centric episode, the one that D. Bradley Baker hinted at in his interview with StarWars.com. He stated that there was an upcoming episode with Crosshair in it that was absolutely amazing. And considering how awesome the Cody and Crosshair episode was, that was of course Episode 3, The Solitary Clone. While personally, I am so excited to see this upcoming episode. D. Bradley Baker also mentioned that this episode came about 3/4 of the way through the season, and the Outpost being Episode 12 is exactly 3/4 of the way through the season. And if you've been following the channel closely, you probably know all this information. So let me tell you what I think is going to be the most interesting thing about this episode. The Outpost could very well be Mount Tantiss, and I believe Crosshair is going to be transferred to Mount Tantiss, and that Dr. Hemlock that we saw in the Bad Batch Episode 11, he's going to send Crosshair on a mission to track down Omega. But the really interesting part of this all is that Crosshair is going to give us a look into Mount Tantiss, and personally, I don't think it's going to be a pretty one. I think Dr. Hemlock's motivations and his projects at Mount Tantiss are definitely going to make Crosshair question his allegiance to the Empire. And ultimately, I don't think Crosshair is going to be the one to capture Omega. Is she going to be captured? Yes, I think so, but Crosshair isn't going to be the one to do it, and my main reason supporting that idea is the fact that Crosshair let the Empire assume that the Bad Batch were destroyed on Kamino. Remember, at the beginning of the season, the creators of the Bad Batch were giving interviews, and one of the things that they stated in those interviews over and over again is that the Empire believes that the Bad Batch were destroyed on Kamino. And the only reason that the Empire believed that the Bad Batch were destroyed on Kamino is because Crosshair didn't tell them any differently. That's right, if Crosshair was seeking revenge on his brothers, then he certainly would have told the Empire that they were still out there. But he didn't. There's still a chance for redemption for Crosshair, and I think we're going to see at least the beginning of it in Episode 12 of The Bad Batch Season 2, The Outpost. But hey, Star Wars fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.